Okay, so part of my escalation campaign here, dwarves versus aliens, 2,000 points we're up to, so let's get started and take a look at the two armies. First of all, I have set up a full 4x6 table. However, I rolled for the scenario where it is a narrow front, which obviously favors the dwarves. I've been playing on 4x4, and the dwarves, because of their slow speed, they do much better in these tight spaces. So they already have a major advantage here. And yeah, you can see the dwarves are set up on this side, and the alien hives are on this side. We've got 6 objectives. We've got the first objective right over here, second, third, fourth, fifth, and 6th objective is on this hill. So let's take a look at the dwarf army. First, we have our attack vehicle on the left flank of the dwarves. It is a fast vehicle, and it has striders, so it is the most mobile thing that the dwarves have, other than jump jets, and it has a heavy hitter, surprisingly. It is 205 points. I was not a big believer in this vehicle when it first appeared, and I just wanted to make one because I wanted a vehicle for the dwarves other than the APC. It has 2 attacks that are deadly, but it's AP 4, so even though you can expect that it's going to hit one time, it's going to do damage, and it's going to do 3 damage. So anything other than swarms, anything other than well, not swarms, but single hit point forces, this is going to do a lot of damage. It's going to do 3 damage every single round to something big, and possibly 6. So it is a really good. It is also very tough because it's a low point. It is not usually a high priority for the other army to go after, because it is so hard to kill. It has defense of 2, it's tough of 6. You have to put a good amount of firepower to destroying this thing, and you're only destroying 205 points, so really a lot of times it's not worth going after unless it's really gonna cause problems. It's great for outflanking, it's great for hitting big units or tough units. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this little gadget here. Of course, we got the obligatory APC. In the APC, we have the warriors. The APC is loaded with a heavy machine gun, which gives a little extra range, even though you lose 1 shot from the minigun. So it's not much of a change to have that heavy machine gun on there. Then we have our thunder support, which are the heavy machine guns. These guys are about clearing out and using that big range. Because they're slow, you need a good gun that has range. It doesn't do too much damage. You're going to get 9 shots at full strength, AP1, pretty decent for the points. These are really a good combination with the attack vehicle, because the attack vehicle takes out big things and these guys take out little things. Then we've got our mortar support over here, and there's the thunder support all the way on the right flank of the dwarves. These guys are just basically to get anybody who hides behind cover. They've got the blast. They go after units that have a lot of little guys in there. And because of that indirect, they're able to, first of all, shoot very far and shoot over things. And finally, we got our battle tank. This is the new unit that I'm putting in there to get us up to 2,000 points. It has a twin heavy flamer to deal with little guys and an anti-tank cannon to deal with the big boys. Of course, we've got our jetpack warriors that are in ambush, and they are loaded up with plasma pistols, shock gauntlets, iron shotguns. Now, because they are much more mobile than the other troops, I give them shock gauntlets and iron shotguns. Don't need the range because we're able to, first of all, ambush into good position, and secondly, we don't have slow, we're flying. So they can move around. They're very, very mobile units. They can get to where they need to go and get in range and make use of these shots. The Dwarf Champion has Battle Lore, so basically on anything that shoots, you get a +1 to your AP. So these iron shotguns are going to be AP 3. So this is a really good combo with Battle Lore. And then of course we've got our Warriors. Warriors, same thing, Battle Lore. Let me just go back to here. What I put on here is twin glove pistols. Instead of getting more close combat attacks, I want more, this is 12 shots here just with 6 guys. So basically half the unit going to get 12. And with the Battle Lore, they're going to get AP 1. So this really multiplies this action right here by having the twin glove pistols. Very cheap, very easy to get, and they're just going to lay waste to a lot of smaller units. Let the plasma, if I need to get in close and personal something big, then I'll use the plasma axe and the shock gauntlets that are going to do a lot of armor piercing damage. But for the most part, they're going after small to medium targets and just withering down anybody from the rear. Okay, so now here are the Warriors. Again, these guys are very versatile because they will go after, they've got enough firepower to go after a big unit of small units, a big group of small units, but also they've got 2 Rail M rifles to deal with anything big, especially if they've got regeneration. This magma takes away that regeneration. And of course you got the Battle Lore to add to the AP of anything that they shoot. So it's plasma pistol, well, you don't need any more than that. The Rail M, and of course the rifles are going to get AP 1. Now let's take a look at the alien hives. So we're going to start off with what's an ambush. We got the wing grunts with the veteran warrior. Now he doesn't have his wings on him, but he does have wings, so he's going to go into ambush with the wing grunts. The wing grunts are going to get, I pretty much had to max out everything here, but I've given 2 snipers. And so basically they are very shooty. They're going to have a lot of shots. They have 2 snipers here that are really good at hitting things, because with quality 5, that sniper really helps a lot because that's a 2, quality of 2 for 2 of the shooters. No retreat, so they don't run away. And if somebody comes and attacks them, poison and melee, and I believe Furious only works on attack, but I never use it, so it's not a big deal. The veteran warrior is ambush flying, of course. He has regeneration and pheromones to get these guys or anybody nearby to move more quickly. The assault grunts, this is now the extreme left flank of the alien hives. 10 of them, again, they're low quality troops, but they get a ton of attacks, and with the serrated claws, you can deal with some tough opponents. And then they have the same things. The no retreat is the big one there, because they're going to take a lot of damage, and you just want them to stick around as long as possible so that they can continue to be a pain. And then the big boy, the Devourer Beast, this is the one that I bring in to really round out that force to get it up to 2,000 points. The Devourer Beast is exactly that. It is a beast. It is Fear 3, so anything close combat with it is going to run away. It is tough. You're not going to kill this thing, especially in 2,000 points. You're going to have to dedicate your whole army to knocking this thing out. Has 4 heavy razor claws, so that's 12 attacks at close combat, plus a 6 stomp. That's a lot of attacks close up. But then you've got the tongue, which is deadly 3, sniper. So even though you're quality 3, the sniper will give you quality 2. And also you can pick apart people's leaders, so it's really good. And I didn't use it in this game this way, just spoiler alert. However, it is really good at going after the unit with the leaders. He probably should have gone after the warriors and the jetpack warriors, where you kill the leader with the sniper and then you stomp all over the rest of the guys without the leader. That's probably the best tactic for it. Didn't use it in this game, but from now on I think that's what I'm going to do. Then we have two sets of Hive Guardians. These guys were one of the first ones that I printed out, and so I use them pretty much in every game. They are high quality alien troops. You got the 3/3, toughness 3, slashing blades, which give it 6 attacks, AP1 rending, which is really good against anybody that has regeneration, which the warriors do have. And then heavy Ravager guns, so that gives them their best firepower. You get 9 shots, AP2. That's really their bread and butter right there. I did forget to mention about the Dwarf Warriors. They have Spectrum Scanner, I think it is, so you can't be in cover against them. And also they have a medical person to make sure that they have regeneration. Alright, so those are the two units. They're side by side. And then the Soul Snatchers, one of my favorites of the alien hives. These guys have 2 attacks, AP1 rending. They are fast, they have Scout, Strider, so they're an in-your-face, high-quality. Defense could, it's not as good. But then they've got a Snatcher Lord hanging out with it, and he has 4 attacks, AP1 rending. He's also a caster. And I kind of messed this up. He's a caster 2, not a caster 1. And he's tough 3. So this unit always does, well, I mean, the last game it didn't do anything, but when they get into somebody's face, they do a lot of damage. So the dwarves start off with seize 2. They need to seize marker 2, which is on the other side, seize 5, which is on their side, hold 6, which is on their side. So these two are going to help them out pretty early. The alien hives get seize 1, seize 3, and hold 3, which is really fortuitous because that's all on their side. Alright, so this is how it's set up here. We've got the attack vehicle, the APC, the machine gunners, mortars, and battle tank. Then over here we have our snatchers, guardians, then we got the devourer, and we have the assault grunts. And we've got each side has 1 ambushing unit. The dwarves have the jump jets, and the aliens have the wing grunts. Right off the bat, the attack vehicle knocks out one of the guardians with 1 shot. He takes 2 shots, and all you need to do is hit 1, 3 damage because it's deadly, knock out one of the guys. This is what I'm talking about with that attack vehicle. Well, they attack right back, and they are able to do 1 damage on the attack vehicle. You can see, learn very quickly, attacking attack vehicle is just not going to help you very much. So these guys. Another note: I was using the AI rules, at least in the beginning of the game, to see which would move first. So this was pretty random. They moved out to the marker and took a shot at the attack vehicle. Then the APC comes out and takes a shot at the snatchers over here, because I know they always do a lot of damage. And they knock out 2 snatchers. The snatchers use their activation to hold the objective, because they didn't take the objective yet. It has to happen at the end of the turn. So they hold there. The warriors jump out and shoot at the guardians over here and knock out another guardian, but the last guardian, because it's high quality, they are able to hold. Well, I believe it was the other guardians that shot here, and they wipe out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the warriors, which almost puts them, because they've got the leader, and so they've got 6 left. So they're able to not have to take a morale check. The mortars get to shoot, and they shoot at the assault grunts. They don't do anything. The machine gunners go to move over this objective. Oh, by the way, the mortars are in range, and they're taking objective number 6. Okay, so the machine gunners move to take objective number 5, but they have no shot. The devourer moves up and takes a shot at the battle tank. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you can see here they're able to. He's able to see the mortars, but they get cover from the hill. But even still, the Devourer knocks out 2 of the mortars, and they fail their morale test, so they are shaken. The battle tank now shoots its flame. It moves up, uses the flamers on the grunts, and the main battle tank weapon on the Devourer, and does a pretty good job. Knocks out a bunch of these guys right here. Now they failed their test, and they're going to lose another one in a second too, because they have no retreat. But it doesn't do any damage to the Devourer, and this is where it stands right now. A little bit of moving up here. These mortars are in trouble. These they're going to be down to 3. This is down to 1. So the alien hives took a pretty bad beating in the first one, even though the warriors unexpectedly took a lot of damage here. Usually those guys are a little bit tougher because they have regeneration, but I think I forgot to use regeneration. Anyway, the dwarves capture marker number 5, so they get a point. And so they get a no mercy as a draw. The alien hives did take 1 and 3, so they got 2, so they're winning 2-1. And let's see, so they used up 1 and 3, and so now they get 2 and 1. So this is again on their side. So this is just more victory points, and the alien hives are getting a good draw here. The the jump jet alien dwarves pop in behind the guardians that are in the rear. And the wing grunts pop in behind the attack vehicle, and we'll see what they do. So this is the board here when we're starting turn 2. This is the jump jet dwarves over here on this side in the back, and then you've got the wing grunts right behind the dwarf line. So we go to turn 2. And right away, the jump jet guys come in and wipe out 2 of the guardians and put 2 wounds on the last one. Almost wiped it out. Alpha strike. These guys are nasty. Well, the hive guardian that was in the front is going after the attack vehicle and doesn't do any damage. Probably should have gone after the warriors. So then the dwarf warriors, they're going after this hive guard and trying to finish it off. Actually, that guard, I forgot what happened in between. Let's see, so the dwarf warriors went. Okay, so no, wait a second. Okay, so this attack vehicle goes after the hive guardian, doesn't do it, can't kill it. This hive guardian shoots at the warriors and knocks out 2 of them. So now they have to make a morale test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, they don't, because I did redo the regeneration and got those 2 guys back, so they lose them here. So now they're down to 6, and they move up, and they are going to go after. Did they go after this? Let's take a look. They go after. I think they whiffed on their shot over here. The assault grunts run in against the mortars, and since they are shaken, they're dead automatically. And so now the alien hives are around the 6th objective, and so this battle tank is all by itself now. The APC moves up and starts shooting at the Snatchers and takes them down to 1 more Snatcher and the Snatcher Lord. they do pass their test, and so then they go into they run into the warriors over here, and they try to do terror, and that didn't work, so they do psychic blast on the attack vehicle, and that does nothing. And so they just do their regular attacks on the warriors. They do 1 damage, and so they have to make a check, and they pass the check and they bounce off. So they did 1 damage, and that was a poor showing by the Snatchers on their first try. Machine gunners move up and they start shooting at the Ravager. They put 2 wounds on him, and he is now shaken. The battle tank goes after the Devourer, and the Devourer goes after the battle tank and does 3 damage with the sniper. The wing grunts now shoot at the warriors. They take out another one. This time they take out the sergeant, because I wanted to hold on to the regenerator, the medic. And that's how this round ends. The dwarves get hold 6 because the tank. Oh, I missed that part. Yeah, so the tank took out the assault grunts here with his flamer, but could not take out the Devourer. Couldn't do any damage, and the Devourer did 3 damage to it. Okay, good. Alright, so they get 2 victory points for holding 6. And they get tactical perfection. And that is going to be a tough thing to do, to get all the objective markers. Feasible, but very tough. The alien hives, they seized 2, so they get a victory point for that, and they held 3, which is over where the Snatchers were. And so they're going to get 3 more victory points, so they extend their lead. They now have 5, and the dwarves have 2. And now they get C6, seize 4, and hold 5. So now they've got to go on the offensive. They've got cards that are on the dwarf side. So this is where it stands. I'm sorry, it's 5-3 or 6-3. They have a 3-point advantage over the dwarves. Alright, so we go to turn 3, and the APC is going to move to capture this objective here and shoot at the Snatchers. They do end the rest of the Snatchers and put a wound on the Lord, but he passes his test and he is ready to go. Knowing that he's probably going, his life is coming to an end, he goes right into the warriors, uses terror, and just hits them once. They don't do any damage to him, and they flee. They run away. Sorry about the picture being. So now he consolidates. He wipes out the warriors, which is a really good thing. And now the attack vehicle runs up and is going to try to knock out the. Let's see. I think it shoots at a guardian. Yep, takes out the guardian in the back, which probably wasn't the best thing. But I think the guardian, this one did not move yet. That's why the attack vehicle went after him. Then the alien hives move, and they slide over here to take this objective and shoot at the machine gunners. They take out one and do 1 damage to another one. Machine gunners turn around and try to do the same thing back to them and wipe out 4 wing grunts. And so we go to the titanic struggle. The Devourer moves in on the tank, and they exchange blows, but the tank is able to do, it hits, and it's deadly 6, so it takes away 1/3 of their wounds. The jetpack moves in and wipes out what's left of this alien hive, or the guardian unit. And so we see here that the alien hives now take over objective 5. The dwarves take over objective 3, and the dwarves take over objective 2. And so this is what the battle looks like. I mean, poor attack vehicle fell over. It was hard getting it to stay on the edge here. And so we've got the dwarves really holding the center with the wing grunts over here. Nobody has taken this one yet. This is number 4. I thought the dwarves took it. I have to check later. But you can see here the dwarves are starting to move in on the territory of the alien hives. Alien hives are running out of things to do. They've got a Snatcher Lord, they've got the wing grunts and the Devourer, and that's it. Everything else has been destroyed. The dwarves have the tank, they have the machine gunners, they've got all their vehicles going. They've got their machine gunners and their jump jet guys that haven't even been scratched yet. That's the situation for the end of turn 3. We now have the dwarves took 2 because they went right down the middle and they took 2. And that's it. So they get a replacement here, sees 4, which is on their side, so that should be fairly easy to do. And so the dwarves are catching up a little bit here. Alright, so turn 4, the alien hives get to go first. The Snatcher Lord goes in against the machine gunners here. Snatcher Lord already has 1. I didn't put the marker there, so it already has 1. This guy already has 1. And so he does 2 damage to knock out this machine gunner. The machine gunner does 1 damage back to him and has to take a morale check and fails. And so he has to flee. So this machine gun unit is now gone, and the Snatcher Lord consolidates with his first turn. The battle tank whiffs at the Devourer. Devourer then decides immediately to go and contest this objective and use its sniper tongue attack against the tank, and does 3 hits, knocking it out. The tank has toughness of 12, and that tongue attack just ate it up, literally. Pun, and I don't know if it's even intended, but the tank is destroyed. This whole flank now collapses for the dwarves, and this Devourer now controls these 2 objectives here. So that is pretty big. The jump jets move in and knock out the Snatcher Lord pretty easily. Only had 1 wound left. The grunts slide over to take this objective because they have this objective. The aliens now have 3 objectives plus this. Basically, they'll sweep the dwarf side of the board if they can hold on to this objective right over here, objective number 4. They shoot at the attack vehicle, only do 1 damage. This thing is tougher than it looks. The APC comes in and shoots at the wing grunts. I think it got 1. And then the attack vehicle slides over here, take this objective, and shoot at the grunts, and takes out 1. And so the alien hives take objective 4. The dwarves take back objective 5, and the alien hives take objective 6 here on the dwarf right flank. And so this is how the game ends. We've got the APC unable to break through here. The attack vehicle probably should have just swung around and contested this so nobody gets it, but then you wouldn't get this objective here. So, and not a bad move. They were hoping to make these guys disappear, just evaporate, but they just could not do enough damage. And so the alien hives hold this objective, which is 4, 6, and 1, and the dwarves hold 2, 3, and 5. And so that's how it ends. The wing grunts hang on. The Snatcher Lord was the hero here, I think, right second only to the Devourer. And so the dwarves, they don't get anything because they didn't pick up that C6. Of course they didn't get tactical perfection. Probably should have dropped that. And then Show No Mercy, won a melee by 3 or more wounds. They didn't do that at all. They're more of a shooty army. Probably should have dropped that at first sign. But the alien hives did seize 4 and 6, so they get 2 more points. So this is a decisive victory, and then you add 3 more on top of that. So the dwarves would have 7, against the 11 of the alien hive. So this is an alien hive victory, even though we look at the board, they only have this one unit and the devourer, whereas the dwarves have their 2 vehicles. You know what? Yeah, I mean, this is the only unit that's really scary here, but the devourer is just a force unto itself. And so the alien hives pick up a victory against the seemingly once invincible dwarves. You got to do the objectives. You take the objectives, you use the cards, and that's how you win the game. You got to use tactics in this game in order to win. You can't just go in and try to blow everybody up as fast as possible, although that does help, but you still have to worm your way around the battlefield. I will say that I'm not sure I'm a fan of the cards. They do bring a lot of random elements and change the dynamic of the game, make it not as stale, so that's a good thing. However, it was a pretty even matchup, and for the alien hives to win so easily shows you that the luck of the cards add to the luck of the dice. And yeah, maybe I could have played the cards a little bit better by the dwarves, drop any sign of trouble, any of those cards that just don't make any sense for them. But the alien hives, they got all the right cards at all the right time, and so they picked up a lot of points. And I gotta say that Devourer beast is, and it's a monster. I'm probably gonna play with that thing as much as possible. And probably I couldn't add in the impact because it does have an option for an impact, and that is going to make it just the ultimate fighting machine for the alien hives. So that's something I'm going to look forward. I'm a little disappointed in the dwarf battle tank. Thought it would do a little bit more damage, but it only hits on 4s. So that gun only gets 1 shot. So you're looking at 4 shots the whole game if you're lucky. And so let's say you hit all 4 shots, we're talking 24 points of damage against a big thing. It can take out Devourer, but you're going to have to hit 3 out of 4 on the Devourer and, make sure those wounds get through. So yeah, the battle tank needs help. It's not something that can just go around like the Devourer and just destroy everything in its path. So you got to have a little bit more tactical sense with the dwarves, whereas the aliens, you just go after people and just chew on them. So I had a great time playing this game. I used the AI in the beginning to make the opening moves, and then I just made moves that I thought were common sense for the aliens, so they wouldn't get out of hand, because the AI can be a little bit dumb at times. But yeah, it was a good game. I really do have to set up a game where it's just the AI and that's it, and give them a couple extra points to I gotta find the balancing point there, because you do have to give it an extra unit or something to balance out the AI, because it won't make the optimal decisions every single time. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.